To survive, if we have to survive, we have to be productive and competitive at all ages. Our slogan is either deliver the result or become extinct. I wish to take one more minute of your time to remember my mother in this occasion for her herbal recipes that made me so healthy and remain healthy. I was having immense faith in this subject since my childhood, and I am fortunate to get an opportunity to contribute my mind in this sector. And I am proud to tell that in my life I have hardly taken any modern medicine, and as a result, not I was only the benefited, but the country was also benefited because no exchequer on the reimbursement of my medical bills. Sir, at the end, I would like to quote from the John Gate: "Nor love, not honor, wealth, nor power can give the heart cheerful hour. When health is lost, be timely wise, with health all taste of pleasure flies." With these few words, I once again welcome the chief guest of the function, our dear Dr. Ayappan, the Secretary Dear and Director General of ICR, Dr. Seth, Dr. Pad, Mr. Gaur, and all the dignitaries present here in this function. Jai Hind. Thank you.
Welcoming our guests, and also for briefly introducing us about the DFA establishment and its development, and also for your enlightening words that will be very useful for our future. So now I request Superintending Engineer CPWD, Mr. S.K. Garg, to please present the project report.
Respected Dr. Reception, Secretary Dear, Director General ICR, Professor Harish Pat, Vice Chancellor SP University, Dr. E.M. Seth, VC Anand Agriculture University, and Dr. Satyavarta Matri, Director DMAPR, distinguished guests and colleagues. I am very happy to give the brief of salient feature of the project, that is guest house. First of all, I have to mention that this campus, this institute is having two complexes. One is office and administrative building and laboratory buildings, and other some residential and gardens for the medicinal and plants and all that. This office complex was also constructed by the CPWD about 7 to 8 years back, and residential quarter, which consists of 4 number type 1, 4 number type 2, 4 number type 3 and 4 number type 4 and 1 number type 5 in 2007. Additional 4 number type 4 and 1 number type 5 quarters were constructed recently about a year back. And now we have just completed the construction of guest house, which has been inaugurated by the chief guest today itself. This project was sanctioned in the month of November 2009 with the estimated cost of around 160 lakhs, and this has been constructed within the cost framework 160 lakh. The total area covered by this building is 872.85 square meter, and the cost per square feet comes around 1700 rupees per square feet. This building is 2-story RCC frame structure, which is having all facilities and safety guards from earthquake point of view and other point of view. This accommodates 2 number VIP suites with 1 bride room and bedroom and attached dressing room, toilet and all facilities including balcony, and 8 numbers rooms, guest rooms with attached toilet. There is one first floor also, one dormitory which has a capacity of 10 beds in that. And there is also facility of kitchen and dining hall. And all the suites and all kitchen and all have been provided with modern facilities in toilet, in kitchen and all that. These rooms are having aluminium windows, aluminium windows with wire wash shutter also. The courtyard is also covered from top side with polycarbonate sheet to keep the area clean, and it also restricts the birds to enter in it. The roof terrace has been provided with China mosaic, which acts as a waterproofing treatment as well as heat insulation, so that first floor of the guest room remain cool in summers, and it will decrease the consumption of electricity in air conditioning. I hope this guest house shall cater the needs and provide a comfortable stay to the guests staying in it. Recently, we have received the requisition for construction of community center and 1 number type 6 quarter. The estimate for type 6 amounting to around 51 lakhs has already been submitted. The drawing for community center is under.
Honorable Vice Chancellor of ST University and guest of honor of today's function, Professor Harish Pur, to kindly enlighten us by saying his advisory words.
Dr. Ayyappan, Dr. Sheikh Sahib, Dr. Maiti, Garg, Sri Garg, and fellow colleagues. First of all, thanks to the Institute for having me here. I was realizing that I'm not an agriculture scientist from the agriculture field, but coming here kind of revived some of my stronger links from the past with the agriculture institutions. One of the foremost was that my wife was in the first batch of ARS in '76. My wife had cleared ARS and she joined ICAR, not ICAR, IERI in Delhi in '76 end or '77 beginning. So that was my kind of learning about what ICAR is. So my wife is an agriculture scientist by that criteria. My second link was when I was in Perth Center, we are doing a lot of work on medicinal plants. In fact, for ICMR, we were preparing monographs, pharmacopoeial monographs for medicinal plants, medicinal products, herbal products. And for that, for procuring raw material, we used to visit this place during the last 10 years or so. My third link is that the Anand Agriculture University was a part of us once upon a time. When the institute was set up, when in fact university was set up, that was our prime pillar, that this was a university meant for rural children.
Agriculture, and also enlightening us with your valuable advice for reorienting our research for future. Now I request our Honorable Chief Guest of today's function, Dr. S. Ayyappan, Secretary Day and Director General is here to kindly deliver his inaugural address.
Professor A.M. Sheikh, Honorable Vice Chancellor of the Anand Agricultural University, very esteemed Vice Chancellor of the Sardar Patel University, Professor Harsh Parji, my esteemed colleague Dr. Satyavrat Maiti, Director of the DMAPR, esteemed colleague Superintendent Engineer Sri S.K. Garg from CPWD, Dr. J. Jaishankar, Director of the Central Institute of Freshwater Aquaculture from Bhubaneswar, Dr. K.C. Dalalji, former Director of this institute, two colleague directors, Dr. Katirveji and Dr. Patel from IAU, Dr. Rao from CSSRI, Dr. Davubai Patel, Dr. Kotari, Dr. Sanjay Singh, in charge of the CH Center in Godhra, colleagues from different institutes and university here. To all of you, good morning. At the outset, greetings from the Indian Council of Agricultural Research on this occasion. A new facility added to the DMAPR. So we would like to say how grateful we are to the leadership of Dr. Maiti for having done so much to this institute. In 30 years' time, we added so much at Anand. And today this guest house was a much required facility. People keep asking me, do you really require guest houses? Do you really require hostels and so on? I'm sure both the Vice Chancellors are here, and they would appreciate as academicians. This is absolutely a part of the whole academic exercise. When we talk of a guest house, when people come and stay there, science grows. And this is the point we are making to everybody who matters in Delhi, that guest house is as much a facility required for a good institute as a laboratory is or a farm is. So on that count, we congratulate you, Dr. Mehdi. He was insisting that I should come here. So I apologize at the outset for changing the dates, moved it 2 days earlier, then moved it 2 days later and all this. So I would like to apologize to all of you, the Honorable Vice Chancellors from both the universities. It has put you through some inconvenience, but you would kindly excuse me. Very happy today to be here. Dr. Mehdi, I must tell you, one of our very innovative directors. He leads an institute with a difference. While we mostly deal with food, feed, fodder, fiber, fuel, flowers, and so on, here is a different institution that he leads, and his personality, I'm sure many of you interacting with him in Anand must have realized, he has a different approach to everything, a different look at the whole dimensions of the problems. So on this count again, I'd like to say we get a lot of valuable inputs from him, from Anand and 22 centers that he leads across the country in various forms. So on that count again, Dr. Mehdi, thank you. Very happy to listen to Professor Harish Pal Sahab, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Sardar Patel University. In his house, he has an agricultural scientist as the partner. So that's a great thing to listen from you, sir. First batch of years. In fact, I come from the third batch, so Madam is senior too. So that's again good news that your own house you have an agricultural scientist, and that brings in much greater appreciation to the kind of work we do. I'm so very grateful that you at length you said so much about the agriculture and the sector, the agricultural science, research, and so on. This is what we long to hear. Once in a while only we come across such appreciations. Otherwise, I must tell you, convincing people today with regard to research, investments in research in general, and research in agriculture, it's a hard job. And people keep on asking, because as you said rightly, Green Revolution, we all ate red rice, the raw swollen rice. We used to stand in ration shops. We used to keep stones and tins and get the ration, and that was a hard time. We all know about it. We have gone through that. But last 20 years, people have not seen that kind of a situation. Today, 121 crore people, and then 3 times, it's what I'm always fond of telling, 121 crore people, 3 times that we are eating not just rice, not just maize, it's all fine cereals, rice. In fact, our concern today is coarse cereals have gone away from the public distribution system. We don't see those coarse cereals, minor millets, pearl millet for example, that we see in Gujarat so much. These have gone out. So now, point is, 20-25 years, India has seen such kind of food security. Today, the rice has crossed 100 million tons, 103 million tons. Wheat 90 plus 92 million tons of wheat, 22 million tons of maize. So you talk of anything, coarse cereals 41 million tons. Sugar cane, you said 250 grams of sugar. Today we grow more than 350 million tons of sugar cane, and people ask for exports. There is a demand in Delhi every time you allow us for exports. And similarly, so it can go on. And the city in Anand, I should not be talking about milk. 121 million tons of milk, including fish. And the fish director is here. He is starting a new center here, all the way coming from Bhubaneswar, my colleague Dr. Jaishankar and Dr. Mishra. So we understand Gujarat, in spite of having been perceived as a largely vegetarian state, still there is so much of money in fish. So people say, forget about other things, if there is money, we'll do it. So we see a lot of enterprises coming in fish even in this state. So that's another thing. But what the point I was trying to make is, from green revolution, we have today moved to rainbow revolution. They say green, white, blue, yellow, whatever you call, including oil seeds and pulses. So that's what we have achieved today. There are no food riots in this country, in spite of this population. Only thing is, today we are concerned with malnutrition, micronutrient deficiencies. So those are the things that we would like to address. And at the beginning of the 12th plan, as you rightly said, we are ready to face any kind of challenge. The National Agricultural Research System, a fine partnership between the state agriculture universities, one of which Dr. Sheikh is the Vice Chancellor at the Anand Agriculture University, and the ICR institutes. We are trying to address a complete paradigm of agriculture to food, to nutrition, to health, to environment and employment. This is the complete six facets that we are trying to bring in. And I must say this institute is unique again. There's 100-odd institutes that we have in the Indian Council of Agricultural Research. Again, thank you for mentioning some of those contributions. So this institute brings in a totally different flavor to our research R&D dimensions. Here we said, now we have achieved good food security, no